Well, hello everyone. We're back. And good news. I have invented a plague that will destroy the world. um so how's everyone doing today? Welcome. Last few episodes, quite the downer. In this last episode we talked about World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy, and I've always kind of wanted to make a comparison video of Final Fantasy versus World of Warcraft. Which one's better? But it's like none of them are better than the other. In my opinion, Final Fantasy is better than WoW in terms of gameplay, but in terms of like leveling up and getting to end game content quickly and fast, it's WoW, like without a doubt. It's just like, especially now, like now you can level in 8 to 9 hours and boom, and like 8 to 9 hours in Final Fantasy, you're probably like level 50, like, or like not even, because if you're the kind of person who speeds level, right, and ignores the story, I'm sure about 8 or 9 hours in, you're probably about level 50, I'd say. But if you're the kind of person who like enjoys the Final Fantasy story and who enjoys like the Final Fantasy story, then you're probably a good 10 to 12 hours in at some point in time, because there's a lot of story to that game. Like nobody in here. Spooky, scary skeleton then shivers down your spine. And so it's basically, for me, which game am I enjoying at a time. Normally I swap in between the two. It's like when WoW has its downtime and the raids are pretty much, I'm on most of the raids on farm. Maybe there's a couple prog fights left, which happens. Which can happen, right? Hello. Punch. Which, obviously which happens, right? Like couple fights left, and it's like by that time, oh no, I got ahead of that Void Elf guy. Hey, Void Elf guy. By that time it's like by that time you're get out of here with that. No totem for you. And by that time, like when it comes to leveling and stuff like that, you what was I thinking? By the time it comes to like, I completely forgot. I lost for words at the moment. I forgot what I was talking about. Final Fantasy versus WoW. Something about leveling. Yeah, by the time, in Final Fantasy you reach like the 8 or 9 hour mark, you're probably in the late 40s if you're enjoying the story, right? Maybe if you're not, maybe that's what I should do next, right? Like after I finish this game, maybe I should go back, and after I'm done leveling here, go back and re-level in Final Fantasy and see how long it takes, and and then compare the two, right? Be like, which leveling took the longest? Well, this one. Which end game is more easier to understand? It would be Final Fantasy for sure, because like Final Fantasy is like, here's what you do: you hit max level, you go to the market board, you buy some gear. Just kidding. I mean, you do that too, but you have to loop around. Thank God for being stealth. but it's like which game is easier to understand? I would say WoW is definitely the most simplistic version of the MMOs, the two big MMOs, right? Final Fantasy, it has a lot to it, like a lot. And like, but if you're looking for a game where you can invest a ton of time into and just like reap rewards, it's definitely Final Fantasy. Like WoW's reward is congratulations, you have to wait another week. Like where Final Fantasy is like, you can pretty much do a lot of stuff. Like it still even has like the classic Justice Valor system. You have tombstones. If that gets you to log in daily, and you cap out real quick too. Like I've had times where I've capped out my my weekly tombstones in like a day, because like I do like the hunt trains and daily dungeons, expert dungeon, your level 80 dungeon, even the trial. And that's it. That's like all I did. And I was like, I cap out in a day. I was like, wow, holy crap, that's amazing. And then it's like I don't have to worry about that for the rest of the week. And then, you know, it's like I can go do other things in Final Fantasy, you know, crafting. Like I had recently explored crafting in in Final Fantasy, and it was like, whoa, holy crap. And I got to max level, and someone from my free company, at the time I feel like I didn't deserve it, but they made me like a full set of like 490 crafting gear. And it was like I was like in tears like at the time, because I was going through, you know, the 7 stages of grief, because I had just lost my best friend and he didn't want to talk to me anymore. And we you know, we talked about this in a past video, you know, go check that one out. And stuff like that. And it was like this, like, I mean, I the reason why I got the gear was because like I was capped on phantasmas and I didn't know what to do with them. I had just played the game to play the game. Didn't really buy any of the crafting mats or anything like that. And he was like, yeah, I need these. I was like, well, I'm capped. And I gave him like 100. And then I capped out again, and I was like, here, I got more. And I just kept handing them to him. I guess he appreciated all of them. And one day he made me a full set of crafting gear. And I was like, I was in shock. And then like after that, I had made my promise to myself that I would help out everyone and anyone I could in the free company, since someone had helped me out and they changed my views on life. Like at first I was like, I'm not really going to be that social anyways. I don't talk that much. And then that person just helped me out, and I was like, I like these people. And then one day I got to join them for raiding, and I got to raid with them, and it was like, this is amazing. All these people are, you know, we're not the best players, but some of us are obviously, you know, I've been part of the raiding scene for a long time, but Final Fantasy raiding and WoW raiding is like completely different. They're two like completely different like things. Like one has less people, one requires more, you know, one requires more thought, and other things were like, I think like WoW raiding, you can kind of be brain dead and get away with a lot of things. Like with Final Fantasy, you need to think steps ahead, like multiple steps ahead. I forgot to go. Oh well, I think I go out there anyways. Main quest, and yeah, you know, and it's just like, with you know, with WoW, you kind of get away with standing and stuff and cheesing it really hard, where like, and like,
what can I do for you? Safe travels.
And but with like,
Light be with you.
yeah. Wait. No, let's just rep. Yeah.
Be careful.
Ooh. You know, and with like,
good day to you. See you later.
yeah, that takes me. Yeah, it takes me out that way. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. I knew at some point you do a quest out there. That too, right? Yeah, I knew it would take me out there at some point. Okay, good. But yeah, and so, you know, it's like I can subscribe to both games because I can afford to be some. Why not? Right? But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the end of this year, because there's a ton of games coming out in like a couple weeks, and it's like I'm like excited for these games. Like I haven't been excited for a Call of Duty game in I don't know, years. Like I think the last Call of Duty game I played that I bought was, I think, Ghosts. No, I think it was Advanced Warfighter. I think that was the last one I bought, and it was just like, nah, like I bought Call of Duty games.
Talk to me.
Oh, I'm here. All right, I'll be back. I only bought Call of Duty for their campaigns, but like when I saw Modern Warfare add the thing that like Battlefield, because that's the multiplayer I would play. I'd play Battlefield multiplayer. So fun. Before, you know, DICE became all unfortunate. where they decided they would rather cater to a different audience that isn't, you know, the average gamer. Instead, they cater to the and nothing wrong with that choice. You just, go woke, get broke. That's what happened to DICE. They're same thing with like Anthem and stuff. Okay? They're not as, not Anthem, BioWare. They're just, BioWare unfortunately was trying to be very ambitious with a game that looked awesome. Like I was like, dude, I get to be Iron Man. That's like my dream. Like, well, that was easy. It's like my dream. I'll be Iron Man for sure. Like, why not, right? Then it was like, well, unfortunately, and it wasn't all that good. And now the game has just been trash canned and I think forgotten about. Well, we don't know. Like, they could totally do a like Realm Reborn style game where like they could totally do like they could totally do like a Realm Reborn style where they like save the game. If they did that, I would play it. But again, there's a difference between Anthem, BioWare, and Square Enix. Square Enix 1 being like, listen, like Yoshi P came on the scene for Final Fantasy 14 and said, this game is terrible. This game sucks. It's like, oh, bro, it did. The original, the 1.0 was terrible. I didn't play it. I didn't even know it existed back then. I only knew about a Realm Reborn. I went, whoa, what is this? And it was like, oh, and then I saw footage of the old 1.0 and I went, oh, ew, oh, no. And oops. Well, and it was like, oh no, this is terrible. Like, this looks so bad. I'm glad I didn't play this. And then like I saw Realm Reborn and I got into the betas and I started playing. I was like, well, this is really fun. I actually started in a Realm Reborn, and that was like, I think that's like the first MMO I ever like stuck to as like a new player. Like most MMOs that I played, like Rift or like SWTOR was like Rift. I couldn't level it. I thought Rift was boring. Like, I was like, this game. I guess I just didn't find classes I was interested in. There's been, tons of other MMOs that have come out. WildStar. Like WildStar was like, this feels too much like vanilla WoW. I got to max level, but then I stopped caring because it was like, it was one of those games that was like, I can forget about this game, and I did. I think because it was still a subscription-based game in a time when I don't think I had very much money, and I think I was like, it was either WoW or WildStar, and I was like, no, I'm sticking to WoW. I don't care what people say, but WoW will never die, and it's true. The game will never die, like unless Activision walks in and just goes, yeah, we're gonna pull the plug. Like, even though I think the game is still somewhat successful, but people go, well, WoW's not successful anymore. I'm like, people are still playing it. It's still successful. Like, it's not levels of dead. Some people, yes, but again, Blizzard has tried to find ways to mitigate that by, setting up cross-realm servers and stuff like that. And I just think like Mythic should just become, it's just cross-realm, like cross-realm wide. Like, who cares? Like, just make it cross-realm wide. Bring it back Master Looter, because like Final Fantasy, its Savage content isn't server locked. Like, say I'm on Gilgamesh, which has a great raiding scene, and its content, I've done Savage, and I've seen people from my data center, and it's just like, hey guys, we're like, you can, and I think Final Fantasy has the more successful pug-esque groups, because I've killed one Savage boss several times to get, a lot of the gear that I needed from Ramon, and it's like great. And I've one-shotted him after I've killed him. I've one-shotted him most times, and it feels like the Final Fantasy pug group is just so much better than the WoW pug group, and it's just like, this is amazing. Like, WoW, I would never ever attempt to do the pug life. I know Preach did it, and it was like, no, screw that. Like, WoW is something you have to find like a guild for. Like Final Fantasy, you don't really need a free company for raiding. You can do it pug. I think a lot of people do. I think that's kind of the norm, right? Like I know my free company's trying to make a raid team, and that's awesome. Like, and I want to help them as much as I can, but you know, at some point I'm gonna go back to WoW to raid, because I have my raid team here and I'm so excited to raid with them, and every day it's like, oh, Tuesday I get to raid. It's like awesome. But then, you know, recently I've been like so demotivated, but I'm kind of looking forward to Tuesday because I get to see Nazoth for like the first time in the pre-patch, because he's been bugged and like stuff like that, and it's just okay. It's just like, you know, he's been bugged and been like, well, that's kind of lame, and we, you know, I'll always take the first week of pre-patch as a scuffed. It's nothing wrong with it, and nothing bad about it, and stuff like that. And you know, brain farted again. And you know, and it's just like yeah, pugs, yeah. Like WoW pugs are toxic. They're terrible. It's like, I think WoW is like the second worst community in terms of toxicity, followed by League of Legends. Like League of Legends is definitely the worst. They are like absolutely the worst. Like in Final Fantasy, everyone just feels too nice. What's going on? But I mean, Final Fantasy, they definitely have some rules that are like, you be mean, you're banned. It's like, oh, okay. But then again, I'm not generally a mean person, and I try not to be mean, but sometimes you do end up being mean, and it happens. Does it say that I never want to be mean again? No. Sometimes you have to be. Sometimes you have to be an asshole. Like if there's someone who's ruining your life, you have to be like, yo, listen, I'm out. I gotta go. Like I can't, you know, deal with things like this. You're not treating me with the respect I deserve and stuff like that. Kind of what my friend told me, right? She was like, listen, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear from you. Just leave me alone. You know, she's like, basically like, she told me, she's like, she doesn't want to talk to me until I change. And it's like, that makes sense, right? Because if someone changes, right? If someone's willing to change, they'll do it. If they're not willing to change, then they'll stay the same person. And they'll always be either a loser or turd or whatever you want to call them. Like, I don't want to be that anymore. Like, I want to be happy. And I've been unhappy for 2 years. And like, well, that sucks. And it's like, well, fix it. You know, it's your fault why you're unhappy. It's not like you live in a shitty situation. You got a great place. You know, just do something that makes you happy. And I was like, maybe if I play video games. And it's like, yes. You know, maybe, you know, I use the video games to escape. It's like, I might as well just open up OBS and just start recording and just chatting it up with people and be like, hey guys, how's everyone doing? Everyone having a good day? And it's like, well, yeah, there you go. Just do something like that. And it would be like, you probably won't feel as bad. And I don't. I actually feel a lot better. And that, you know, that I got to talk to my friend like that. And I showed her respect and stuff like that. But it's going to take time to heal the wounds that I made for each of us. I'll heal mine first. And maybe if I heal mine first, I'll be such a better person. And I'll be able to be friends with her again. And maybe we'll get to hang out every once in a while. But that's so far into the future. I don't even want to think about it anymore. Like, it's not like it's going to be like a week or two. It's going to take me many days, many weeks, many months to become a very nice person. And it's something I try and do. Like every day I try and get up and help someone. Like even if it's like, you know, my dad who's like working from home and he just, you know, he just needs like someone to go to the store and get groceries. Or I have a free company person who needs crafting gear and it's like, yo, I can help. And I go out and I help them farm and stuff like that. And, you know, show people kindness, and I will be rewarded with a better life. And instead of being like, I'm gonna help you, go away. And it's not like, it's not, or like be like antisocial. Like I've been so antisocial all my life. Like I didn't make very many friends in high school. I still made friends, but I stuck with a certain group of friends the whole time. And I guess I'm not like super antisocial. Made a ton of friends on Xbox, but again, as the years went on, we all grew up, and some of us went to college and really didn't have time for each other anymore. And then, some of us started families and all that kind of stuff. And, that's their life. That's what they want. Some of them want to start a family. And so yeah, so it's just, it's people change. Like over time, people do change. Like I did change into kind of being I wouldn't say a monster. I'm not a monster. That's not fair. I just became kind of a potato, and I became a mean potato instead of like instead of being like instead of being someone who is caring and all that kind of stuff. I was just like, oh, only my feelings are hurt. I never hurt your feelings, which is wrong. It was the opposite. I hurt her feelings all the time, and my feelings were hurt because I was hurting her feelings, and that made me feel worse, and it made me go down a dark hole, and it made me take her with me and stuff like that. And I never want to do that again. So I made a vow to myself, and I promised to her that I wouldn't date again until I knew that I got help and until I felt better. And I think I told myself that if me and her become friends again, then I know I'm ready to date someone, because that woman is the best. And I do hope that she sees that and knows that. And I've told her like 100 times. Oh, finally. Sea salt's killing me. Anyways, so yeah. So I get my first pair of shoulders now. Well, I have to go all the way back out there. Yeah. Get into the deep conversations again. Jesus. And so I feel like I'm repeating myself. I'm a record. I am a broken record at this point. But yeah, and so, it's kind of like that. Finish up this quest and go turn these quests in, and we'll call it. Yeah, we'll call it a series. I'll try and get one of these videos out. Just try and get one out today. Yeah. It won't take too long. Rendering doesn't take too long for me right now, which is good. At some point, I'm definitely gonna have a new computer, but I gotta see if this goes anywhere before I really invest into it. But I'm gonna invest my free time, as you always should when you start like this. When you have free time, you should put time into it. And then you should enjoy your life. That's the most important thing. Find out what you're happy and just do it. And if one day you are the most unhappy person, then get help. Fix your mental health issues before you try and make new friends. So try and, before I make new friends, I'm going to make sure I'm in a better place, a better state of mind, so I don't, accidentally start hurting people. And not accidentally, before I start hurting people, because, I have to hurt myself every day to feel better about myself, or, bully myself into the point where I'm feeling like complete garbage. And then I take that person down with me. That's what I have to fix. Like, that's the most important thing, is myself. I have to make sure that I don't talk down about myself. I don't talk bad about myself. Hello, Horty. Well, hi there. How are you doing? Oh, we're summoning 2 of them. Oh, okay. Oh, let's do this. Swag Mist, dude. Shout out to Swag Mist, guys. That's an awesome person. They're from Area 52. Be sure to whisper Swagfist, yo, dude, you were on a video. Congratulations. Loved the name. Also, he's part of the Infos War Guild. Ugh. Took me like an hour to do that. Okay. Bye, Swag Wars. Bye, Swag Wars. Yo, welcome to Swag Wars. Glub, glub, glub. And, so make sure if you're on Area 52, make sure you DM Swag Mist. Yo, dog, what's up? I saw you in a video. Someone liked your name in your guild. Oh man. I cheer my I make myself laugh sometimes, which is good. It's a sign that I have been improving. I mean, this isn't something like I started today. Like, I would be doing this if I was like in the state I was like 2-3 months ago. I've recently been feeling much better, getting sleep and trying to do this. Like, again, I have a Crash Bandicoot series going on. I have, well, that's done. I have to write the review. I need to start that soon. That's going to take some time to write. Make sure I get a good review. Cause it was a good game. I gotta make sure it gets the review it deserves. And then what else is on my chopping block? I want to play another game. I think I got this going. I think with Call of Duty, that is going to be a YouTube campaign. I think I'm going to do that because it's campaigns are going to be probably 8-12 hours, which 8 to 10 hours. And I'll probably just going to start it straight up on veteran. Normally I like to play on normal, enjoy the story, and then play on veteran and feel like, because I can. But I think I'm just going to go, I think I'm just going to go straight for the veteran mode and just knock it out. Just go for it. Just do it. You know, why not, right? Still can enjoy the story. It'll just, you know, add time. And then Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is coming out first in this 3 series of games, will be the first game. I'll be playing that on Twitch TV /Flying Gaming. There. That comes out November 10th. Call of Duty is November 13th, and then Cyberpunk is November 15th. So it's going to be a very busy month. And I'm going to make sure that I can play both. Like, Call of Duty, obviously, multiplayer will always be there, so I can play that anytime I want. Cyberpunk is probably going to be the game that's going to take up a lot of time. That's going to be the game I'm going to throw myself into, especially for stream and for YouTube video. I'm so excited for it. It's the biggest game I've been hyped for. There's been so many good games this year. So many bad games this year too, but good news is the bad games outweigh the good games, which is good. So yeah, you know, which is good. Like, some years there's been years where the bad games have, hey, we did it, level 20. Oh, you can PvP at level 20.
Watch your back.
Cool. But I don't care. You can PvP at level 20. Oh yeah, I can get new writing.
You need something?
Probably
See you around.
go get that, huh?
You need something?
Uh
Have a good one.
yeah, I unlocked a lot of stuff.
My, you're a tall one.
You're when I got halfway to
You have a great day now.
all right. How do I get out of here? Here we go. Yeah, I got leveled up. Good job, buddy. Good job, Dave. Where's Dave from? Dave is from the Bleeding Hollow server. So if you know someone named Dave, tell him shout out for leveling up. Congrats. Congrats. All right. That is it for me today, everyone. Welcome to my new series. Welcome to new life. I hope everyone will enjoy this. Thank you guys for my deep talks and listening to me. Check back tomorrow. Every day one of these will come up, I think. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet, because there'll be some days where I have 3 videos. But anyways, everyone, thank you for watching. I will see everyone next set of series. This level 20, 30 levels to go. Thank you for watching. Bye.